Welcome everyone to another live watch along. Today we are going to be doing the Rochester Americans against the Hershey Bears. The reason why I picked this game is because there's implications for both teams. So, Rochester wins, and let me just pull this up here. So I want to make sure I got this right. So I'm pretty sure. So Rochester basically needs. Let me go to playoff premiere. So Rochester needs a point versus Hershey to clinch the last playoff spot in the North. Utica needs a Rochester regulation laws at Hershey. But at the same time, if Rochester wins, that means Bridgeport plays Springfield in the playoffs. If Hershey wins, Hershey plays Bridgeport in the playoffs and Utica clinches. So that's the key things on today's game. We have Devin Levy getting the start, and Clay Stevenson after yesterday gets the start for Hershey Bears. I'm trying to see if there's no one on this team that I really recognize. So it will be interesting to see how this team goes. So let's get this going. So it's pregame. And we have Rochester. Oops. Save that. Throw that on the ticker. So they're just doing some pregame stuff in Hershey. Nathan Pesh, I remember him as a forward. It's funny to me, his refs were the same ones from yesterday. So, Hershey has the 2-1 series. That should be 2-1. This is the fourth game of the series. Okay, what are they doing? They're giving out awards. I'm not sure. Search up Rochester, see who they're. See if they have lines. Oops. If I only spelled Rochester right. Rochester Americans. Do they post their lines? Okay, why is this? Oh, duh. I don't know why, but the game's already started. Okay, for some reason it took forever. But Hershey's already woken up and they're already 6 shots up to Rochester's 1. So after Derek King calls out his team last night, so I gotta fix this now. Calls out his team and saying that they're dog crap last night. They actually show up quick and fast. Let's take the shots off. Rochester has the puck in Hershey's zone as they're down low. Forward has the puck, trying to keep it in their end, passes it back down low. You have 4 players battling it in the corner for the puck as Rochester comes out with the puck, passes it back to the point, passes it to the other point, shoots it. As it doesn't make it to the goalie, as Hershey has now brought it through to neutral zone. However, they turn over the puck. Rochester gets it back into Hershey's zone. Hershey picks up the puck, tries to get it out, but they get down to neutral zone, and once again, they're turning the puck over. Are we going to be seeing the same team as yesterday? Having a horrible neutral zone. Rochester passes it back to the point, shoots it at the point, gets a shot off on goal, but doesn't get the rebound. That would have been a nice goal had they have got the rebounds. Number 17 shoots for Rochester, but it goes wide. Oh, Rochester went to go take a shot, but their own player blocked it for some strange reason. Goes to the point, passes it to the other defensive man, and he shoots it, and it goes back to neutral zone. And Rochester takes it and dumps it back in the Hershey Bears. And Rochester shoots it on net. There are pushing and shoving going on around the Hershey Bears net after the whistle was blown. So yeah, face off to Stevenson's left, our right. Rochester wins the faceoff, passes it back to the left defenseman, takes a shot, goes left. Hershey Bears picks up the puck. However, does not make it out of their zone. Hershey finally gets it out of their end zone, goes into Rochester's ends, passes back to the Hershey defenseman. Hershey defenseman shoots it down low, passes it back to the defenseman. Shoots, but it does not make it through to the Rochester goalie, as Rochester now picks up the puck in their own end and skates it out to center ice, past the center ice into the Hershey Bears zone, as the shots are now 6-4 for Hershey. It's not looking good for Hershey Bears right now. I don't see... Yeah, they have 6 shots, but I don't see them having the fire that Derek King said. Oh, it's 3-on-2. It's not there. Oh, Rochester has a shot on goal. Now Rochester's just firing shots at Hershey. No matter where they can get the shots off, they're taking them. Rochester gets it back into the zone. of Hershey Bears. Takes a shot on net as Hershey now skating through the neutral zone with the puck into Rochester zone. And now Rochester's going the other way. So again, Hershey's not playing that well. Oh, icing is called off. Rochester has the puck again in the Hershey Bears zone. Shot and glove saved by Stevenson. I want to see. What? What Islander fans are saying about this game. Oh no, Rochester's now leading shots in the first period. 7-6. And Hershey Bears are still struggling to get the puck out of their end. As Rochester Americans are back in the Hershey Bears zone with the puck. Oh, kept in the zone. Oh, here we go. Another shot by Rochester goes wide. Right. Regrouped. Shot. Oh. Rebound went left. Rochester or Hershey finally got it out to the red line, but it's gone back in by Rochester. It's again back in. Rochester now has 11 shots to Hershey 6. Hershey, when I turned on the game. It was like 18 minutes left in the first period. Hershey's had 6 shots, and they have not had a shot since. Oh, go on, shoot it. Oh, there's a penalty coming up. Rochester Americans are going to the power play. As Utica's winning, Utica fans are watching this game and cheering for Hershey. Rochester fans are cheering for Rochester to win. As a Bridgeport fan, I don't know what I'm thinking as to who I want, if I want to play Hershey or if I want to play Springfield. Either way, I still have faith in our team. So Rochester's going on the power play, a 2-minute power play, and it is Eric Ness getting a 2-minute for cross-check and penalty. So it'll be interesting to see how things go. Rochester still has 1:40 left on the power play. 20 seconds gone. And they're still in the zone. They have the power play time, so I can't see how many shots that they have. But they're passing the puck around, trying to get that open shot. Shoot! Ooh, blocker save. Went out of play, so it'll be a face-off in Hershey Bears zone. Minute 15 left in the power play. And we are up to 15-6 shots. So they have not had a shot since we started the stream, Hershey Bears. Who'd have thought one game would have playoff pretension for 4 teams? Oh, Hershey finally gets it down to Rochester's end. However, Rochester picks up the puck and goes to the other end. Oh, 2 big saves by Stevenson. As Rochester still has the puck on the power play. Oh, and a big save by Stevenson's again. That goal's coming. I can feel it. The Rochester goal is going to be coming. It's just a matter of time. So the puck rolls down to Rochester's zone. There's 31 seconds left on the power play. "15 seconds as Rochester makes one last stab at it. It has been 10 minutes and Rochester still. Wait, let's add the shots on. So Rochester has not had a shot on goal since the 1815 mark of the first period. That is ridiculous. So Hershey Bears finally got a shot off 12 minutes later. And Hershey kills that power play. As Hershey Bears have the puck, did have the puck in the Rochester zone, but it's gone back to their own zone as the defensemen are puck handling it in their own zone, passes it to their center, who passes it to the right wing and gets picked up by Rochester Americans, who then turn over the puck to Hershey as Hershey's stick handling around the Rochester net. And the Rochester Americans dump it into Hershey's zone. Rochester has the puck still in Hershey's zone as a shot was made on Stevenson. Hershey picks up the rebound, now behind their own nets. Someone's without a stick as it's laying beside the Hershey net, and it's offside on Hershey Bears. As the ice crew come on and clean the ice as we have our first TV timeout of the afternoon. Ooh, I like how they do this. They even have their stats. Oh my god, please tell me their second player does not have 36 points. For the love of God, please tell me that their player. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. How is Rochester this bad and doing so well against Hershey in this game? I would like to know. Rochester wins the faceoff. dumps it back into the Hershey zone. So here we are back in Hershey land. Oh, shoots. Rebound. Hershey picks up the rebound and skates down the ice. So there's more fight in Rochester than there is Hershey because Hershey's in the playoffs one way or another. It's just a matter of who Hershey plays. Whereas Rochester's playing for their playoff hopes. If they lose, they're out. They win, they're in. Win and in, as they say for Rochester. $20-7 for shots for Rochester. This just got ridiculous. $3.50 left in the first period. As Rochester dumps the puck into the Hershey zone and does a line change. Rochester grabs the puck, dumps it into the Hershey Bears zone. Rochester still has the puck. Shot by a defenseman at the point, and the puck hits a stick and goes out of play. So we got our second TV timeout, 3:16 left in the first period, and we have 20-7 shots for Rochester. I don't think Hershey's going to win this game. I honestly don't. This team just isn't. Just isn't doing well. And they're making Hershey work for this W. Another shot on Stevenson, so we're probably up to 21 now. As we have 16 viewers for today's live stream, thank you all for joining. And the Rochester Americans are once again. Oh, another shot on Hershey, so that's now 22. I want to say I'm curious. I wish the AHL gave what is it? Time on possession. Because I would actually really like to see what Rochester's time on possession was today. Because it's bad. That's what I'm looking for. Gotta clean the glasses so I can see. Rochester goes and wins the faceoff and gets another shot on goal as they come out for another faceoff. .22 7-inch shots. I want to see where he is. Where's his brother? His brother's playing in the KHL. The last 3 years. Love to see him come back into the AHL. Rochester still has the puck in the Hershey Bears zone. Like, it's ridiculous of what the attack time is for Rochester this game. As Rochester passes back to the point, it skips the player's stick and goes beyond the blue line back to the Rochester zone, but Rochester skates back and picks up the puck. As there's 4 players battling for the puck, and Rochester gets it and dumps it in and does a line change. Minute 8 left in the first period as shots are 22 7. It is not looking good for Hershey Bears. After this game and last night's game, you know what? To be honest, I would actually mind playing Hershey Bears. I haven't seen Springfield play yet, but after these 2 games, Rochester has a breakaway. Shoot! Oh! They had a 3-on-1 breakaway and they didn't score. They could have had a goal there. 29 seconds left. Anyways, after what I've seen from Hershey, they have not done well. I haven't seen Springfield yet to make a comment about them. But if this is what we are playing in the playoffs, Bridgeport would have no problem winning the best of 3 series. Offside for Rochester, as it's 23-7 for shots. Stevenson's definitely getting a workout today in today's game. So it's the end of the first period, 0-0. Let's change the ticker. Intermission. Save. So the first intermission. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, shots ticker as well. So let's refresh this. Take shots off. So leading the way for Rochester for shots is Zach Jones with 5, followed by Jack Rathbone with 4. And there's 7 different players on Hershey with 1 shot. I forgot of how much I overfilled this bottle earlier. I will be back in a moment. Okay. So, let's see what other games we have going on right now. So, Charlotte Checkers beat Lehigh Valley Phantoms 4-1. So that puts Lehigh Phantoms second worst in the Atlantic Division. Charlotte Checkers finishes this season with 93 points and will play the winner. Oh no, so they will play if Hershey loses. So Hershey needs to win today. Actually, yes. Because a point would still put Springfield in 5th place. So as of right now, Charlotte Checkers are playing Hershey Bears in the playoffs. Well, what other games do we have? Cleveland is playing Cleveland is playing Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids is the first team in the league. Well, in the West, anyways. And they're playing Cleveland Monsters. So we got Detroit versus Columbus Farm Team. It's tied 1-1. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Why is this thing being so difficult today? Thank you. That's what I wanted. Just because I want to go unselect this one. See if I know any players on either of these teams. Grand Rapids. No one on Grand Rapids. Let's see if I know anyone. Owen Sillinger, I know of. Brendan. Oh, that's where he landed. Will Butcher. I remember him when he played. I think it was in the WHL. Okay, and then also I want to take a look at this Charlotte Checkers game. I wonder if that's Eric Bolton's son. Because you got to remember, a lot of players that I grew up watching now have kids playing it, the hockey. Wow, they only let him play unless he got injured. Gordy Kinnear. Oh, I remember when Bobby Saganetti played for Carolina, and then I want to say no, I don't want to say. Is that? No, that's not Minnesota Wild Nick Schultz, is it? What team was that? That was Lehigh Valley. That's not Minnesota Wild Nick Schultz, is it? Okay, no, we don't want that. Operations. Well, Alan McCauley. Ooh, it is Nick Schultz, Minnesota. Assistant player development and player development coach. Chris Gratton. Okay, no, it's not Chris Gratton. I thought it was. Definitely see them making changes in their coaching staff. Yeah, I just think I don't see Hershey Bears winning this game, but that's just my opinion. There's still two periods to play, but I don't think after with what Derek King said about the team last night, like this team's ready to play. So it will also later on today, we're going to pre-record. Once the first round schedule's out, we're going to pre-record the AHL first round preview. All series. We are also going to have our look at the top ranked quarterbacks and running backs, fullbacks, and tight ends for the CFL draft, according to 3 Down Nation. So we're going to go take a look at those as well. So you can expect those videos to come out over the next couple of days. As of right now, the playoffs West Coast starts on Wednesday. So I would assume that some of the games start on Tuesday or Thursday. There's some possibilities that we could be joining with another YouTube channel to be doing the Manitoba series. It's not in the works yet, but there's some rumblings. But we will have Bridgeport's playoff first round, all 3 games on the channel, live stream. So if you want to see more of live watch-alongs and AHL Calder Cup action, do join us this postseason and watching some AHL playoffs. Let's see. Today is the 19th. So a week Tuesday on the 28th, we will have the CFL draft on the channel. We're going to be doing all 8 rounds live on the draft. Rookie camp begins on the 7th to the 9th of May. And then, depending on work schedule, I could be at training camp every day for the first week of training camp. And we will have, for those that follow the channel for CFL, we will have all preseason games on the channel, either live or tape delayed, but we will be watching all of them, because with all of them being played at the same time, we won't be able to watch them all, but we won't be able to watch them all live. So I will have a schedule out. Actually, you know what? I already have pre-set up the games as to when they will be played and when we'll be sharing them. When on the 25th? Oh yeah, that will most likely be in the evening, depending on what time I'm done work and what my work schedule is for the month of May. So there's that. What else do we have? The 22nd will be live. The game from the 23rd will be shown on the 25th. May 26th, even though it is my birthday, we'll be doing a Elks Lions watch along that day. On the 27th, we'll be doing Bombers and Riders. 31st, the Sunday, we'll be doing a doubleheader. We'll be doing the Tiger-Cats at Argos and then Riders at Stamps. And then June 1st, we'll be doing the Lions and Bombers. June 2nd, we will do Stamps and Elks. And then we have June 3rd, we'll be doing our season preview. as well as our fantasy for week 1 of the CFL. Fantasy, so that will be that. And then the 5th, the Friday, will be live streaming. Bless me. We'll be like we'll be live streaming the Winnipeg Calgary game. The 6th will be the Elks and Ottawa game, while the 7th will be the Als and Tiger-Cat game from the Thursday, which we will be at. And then then we'll have to start preparing for week 2. But as we say that, we leave it on that note. We have the second period coming up for the Rochester Hershey game. So let's just, while we do this, while we wait for the period to start, this will be while they are getting ready to drop the puck. Let's go ahead and change our ticker to second period. And save. As they start the second period, Hershey Bears best wake up. Because if they don't wake up, then they have some serious problems. So the Bears are going from right to left, and Rochester's going from left to right. And to start this already, the Rochester's already in the Bears zone already. Pass back to the point, shoots it from the point, and goes wide left. As the puck goes down to the neutral zone, but however, Rochester recovers it, dumps it into the Hershey Bears zone. Hershey Bear takes it into the Rochester zone, and Rochester recovers the puck, and now is going to the Hershey Bear zone with the puck. So again, you can already see that Hershey Bears are already struggling again to get into Rochester's zone. To me, it seems like the Rochester team is more hunger today than the Hershey Bears. Ooh, dang. Oh, we have a fight. Fight going on. And the Hershey Bear player lost that fight too. So, that was number 5. So, number 5 for Rochester Jack Rothbone dropped. And when I say dropped, he literally smoked some guy with a hit. And then, who did he hit? Number 48, David Gucciardi. And then his teammate came to his aid and lost the fight. So, you figure you got to rebound to get energy into your team. But I think that hit just woke up the Rochester team and said, okay, we're owning this team on the ice. Let's go. Oh. So Hershey has the extra penalty. Did they give him a 5? What did they give him? Turn the first period off. So out of that hit and the fight, Rochester walks out with a 2-minute power play. Okay, so you got a 5 and an instigating power penalty. So you got a 5 and a 2. Oh, take shot. And Rochester scores. It's 1-0. Scores on the power play. Rochester scores, and it's 1-0 Rochester. As I told you, this team does not look hungry today. Give me 1 second. Just putting out this tweet. I'll make sure that it's GUCCIARDI. So it's 26-7 shots as Rochester leads 1-0 with 17:55 left in the second period. Hershey's trying to finally get back into this game with 2 straight shots. And we have Trevor Cuntar scoring his 21st goal this season. Zach Jones picking up his 51st assist of the season. And Anton Wahlberg picking up his 29th assist of the season on the power play to make it 1-0 for Rochester. We have a face-off in Rochester zone. It's back in the Hershey zone, and Hershey's able to get it past the neutral zone into the Rochester zone. So I wonder if that Rochester goal has finally woke up Hershey, because they're playing with more power, but they've only gotten 2 shots this whole period in 5 minutes. I mean, Hershey's gotten 4 this period and is at 26. Hershey's 9. But like I said yesterday, in order for you to win, you have to get shots on goal. And these guys are not getting shots on goal. There's like 6 of them digging for the puck in the Hershey Bears zone. Rochester's defenseman passes down low. Winger passes it to the other defenseman. Passes back to the winger. Takes a shot. Goes wide. And goes around the back of the net with the puck as the Rochester player still has the puck. Shoots it. Passes it to the defenseman who passes it to left wing. Left winger still has the puck. Hershey Bear player finally gets it off him, but Rochester recovers in the neutral zone. As Rochester takes another shot on net to make it 27 shots. 5 minutes, or I'd say almost 6 minutes into the second period. As there's some more jargon going on between the teams after the whistle. Ref, you should just drop the puck. If they're taking this long to take their sweet ass time to come out here, just drop the puck. Rochester wins the faceoff. Defenseman goes and takes a shot, and gloved by Stevenson. At this rate, Rochester's going to have 50 shots by the end of the night. And yet again, Rochester wins another faceoff. Takes a shot on the net. Rochester gets the puck back in the Hershey zone. Passes around to teammates. And Rochester shoots a shot from the point, and they score yet another goal. Rochester takes. Oh. Are they saying no goal on this? So Hershey Bears are going to the power play. A 4-minute power play for Hershey Bears. So are they counting that as a no goal then? They must be counting it as a no goal. Because somehow Hershey has a 4-minute power play. They're reviewing it? Advertisements on their screen, I can't tell if they're... Oh, no. They're reviewing it? There's a Casino Niagara casino advertisement on the TV, so I can't tell if they're reviewing it or not. So they're most likely reviewing this because the ref's over at the penalty box. So apparently that wasn't a goal. And Hershey Bears player got hit and shown blood. So now it's a 4-minute, I think, high sticking penalty. So no, Hershey Bears has the power play in the Rochester zone. Let's see what Hershey can do on this power play. Levy is standing on his head. 3:42 left, and they've had 2 shots. Rochester won the faceoff and shot it down the ice as the clock is ticking down. 3:20 left on the power play. And they've only gotten 1 shot on this whole power play. As Rochester ices it, or not really ices it, but clears it down the ice. 3 minutes to go on this power play, so they've already wasted a minute, and they've only gotten 1 shot on goal. Still haven't put that penalty up, though. Oh, Rochester gets it out again. Yeah, they still haven't put it on the website what that power play was, or what the penalty was. .210 left on the power play, and they've only gotten 1 shot. Oh, the Rochester player lost his stick. So they're down to 3 players because the one player doesn't have his stick. Or doesn't have a stick. So they're really down to a 5-on-3 if you really count it. I mean, he could block a shot with his body. Minute 15, and they still have not. Kick it with your stick. Kick it with your stick. Oh, they still can't get it out, so the guy still doesn't have a stick. Just ice it down the ice. Oh, they still can't get it out. 40 seconds left on the power play. And Hershey Bears score to tie the game. When it was really a 5-on-3 because the one guy didn't have a stick. So it will be Bogdan Treniev with the goal. So they got 4 shots on that power play. Rochester's coming down. Oh. No, they turn over the puck. Hershey's going back through the neutral zone into the Rochester zone. And what a stack pad save by Rochester's goalie. Rochester's now up to 30 saves to 15. So they have 6 shots this period. I'm just gonna add. So Teniev his 17th from Brett Leeson, his 30th, and Alex Zudilev. I definitely butchered that name, but I tried. Oops. We'll put save that. Put that on the ticker. There we go. .951 left in the second period. Scores tied 1-1. Shots Rochester 30. Hershey Bears 15. We got some pushing and shoving. Oh. There will be some penalties coming here. So Hershey Bears go back to the box. Do we have... Oh, so he gets 2 minutes for boarding. Okay, now they put the Schultz one on their icing double minor. So now Rochester goes back on the 2-minute power play. Puck went out of place. Now we go back to another face-off just outside of Hershey Bears' blue zone, or blue line, I should say. Rochester dumps it into Hershey Bears' zone. Goes down to the corner. You got multiple players battling for the puck. Rochester gets it out to the point. Skates along the blue line. Passes back to the left wing. Passes back to the D-man. Passes back to the winger. Passes back to the D-man. Shoots. And it bounces off the glass left, and it goes wide. Rochester still has the puck in the Hershey zone. Passes back to the winger. Ooh, what a weak pass as Hershey was able to dump it down. 8:22 left or 8:20 left in the second period. A minute left on the power play. So how did that go again? So Utica needs a regulation loss. Shot by Rochester. And another shot by Rochester. Stevenson with a save. 20 seconds left on the Rochester Americans power play. As you have a face-off to our right, goalie's left. Rochester was able to get along the boards to stop the puck. Oh, Hershey Bears is on a breakaway. Can they get a goal? Ooh, they get stopped on the breakaway. But are the refs calling a penalty here? Because the ref's arm was up. They do call a penalty, and it's 4-on-4 for 5 seconds. If they call that a hook, that's the weakest hook I've ever seen. Face off to the goalie's right, our left. Wow, that's the biggest weak hook I've ever seen with in my life. Oh, Rochester's going down past the blue line with the puck. 2 players down. Oh, and you have a shot on goal by Rochester. But now it's on a 5-on-4 power play. Oh, Rochester player went down. But the player's up skating on his 2 feet, and it's 1:38 left on the Hershey power play. 7:02 left in the second period. Hershey wins faceoff, keeps it in the zone. Oh. Rochester with the save, gets it back out to the boards for Hershey. Pass to the defenseman, pass back to his D pair, down low to D, to center, to right wing, to D, to the other D, to left wing, to center, takes a shot, and they count that goal. It's now 2-1 Hershey. As they score another power play goal. This game goes and proves. Do not get a penalty because the other team will score on the power play. We've had, 7 penalties, 3 power play goals. Well, 1 was a double minor. But 33-18. Rochester games back to 5-on-5 as Rochester has the puck in Hershey's end, and Rochester goes not even, what is this? Not even 30 some odd seconds later, and Rochester comes back and ties the game. Rochester's not going down without a fight because their playoffs are on the line. So we're back to a tied 2-2. Hellenis with his 21st from Kantar, his 16th, and Noah Launin. Chester, and Launin. Save. 34-19. So we've had 4 goals this period. Rochester's still out shooting Hershey 34-19. Ooh, Hershey just had another shot, but it went wide. Rochester's not messing around. They're taking the stuff serious. Hershey goes past the puck, and the player does not get the shot off. Puck is in Rochester's zone. Rochester has the puck just skating around in his zone end to kill time. Rochester player dumps it into the Hershey Bears zone. Rochester picks up the puck in the Hershey Bears zone. Right wing passes it back to the point on defense. Shoots it, but it goes wide left. 4:19 left in the second period. 34-19 shots for Rochester. Rochester's just skating around the net, shooting the puck. Like it's gross. Brand new game, 0-0. Might as well call it a 0-0 game. Rochester shoots, gets another shot. Oh, but they didn't get the rebound for the goal. As Hershey Bear iced it down the rink for icing. As it comes back to the Hershey Bears zone for our face-off. Remember, this game, there's playoff applications to it. So, Rochester wins, Bridgeport plays Springfield, and Utica is eliminated. Hershey wins, Rochester is eliminated, Utica makes the playoffs, and Hershey plays Bridgeport. So there are 6 teams affected by this one game. And Hershey Bears ice the puck once again. 36-19 for shots. 3:19 left in the second period. Rochester dumps it into the Hershey Bears zone. Passes it off to the winger. Passes over to the other side to the other winger as Hershey's trying to fight for the puck. Rochester still has the puck. Rochester's going back to another penalty kill. Hershey Bears going on another power play with 2:39 left. And Red Savage gets 2-minute penalty for tripping. This is going to be a very interesting game. as they finish cleaning up the ice. We're going to go with a face-off to the goalie's left. Well, our left, goalie's right. As Hershey still has the puck in the Rochester zone with 1:30 left in the period, 48 seconds left on the power play. Hershey still can't get a shot off, and Rochester will dump the puck down, and that will most likely, well, maybe not. I thought that was going to do it, but the goalie shot it all the way up to the other end. Oh, and Levy stacks the pads for the save. And we got some more pushing and shoving after the play. "59 seconds left in the period. And let me fix that. So we have 59 seconds left in the period, 20 seconds left on the power play. As we go for another face-off in the Rochester zone. As that will most likely... Why did they blow the whistle? High stick, maybe? "53 seconds left, 14 left in the power play." You know what? I'm curious to see. Nothing in the second period. That's interesting. And there's 4 seconds left in the power play, and the Rochester Americans kill off that power play, and they're back to even strength. 5-on-5. Rochester leads shots 36-21 in the second period. As the puck rolls back down to Hershey Bears zone. 13 seconds left in the second period. So the period ends. Rochester leads 36-21 in shots, as it's 2-2 after 2 periods of play. As we recap the second period, each team scored 2 goals. Kunter, his 21, is 21st, from Zach Jones and Anton Wahlberg, his 29th. Then you had Bogdan Triniev, his 17th from Brett Leeson, his 30th, and Anton Zudsdelov, his 13th. Ilya Prostaz, 29th from Bogdan Trinanev, his 27th assist, and Andrew Crystal, his 40th. And then maybe 30 seconds later, Consta Henius, his 21st from Trevor Kunter, his 16th assist, and Noah Lauwen, his 7th assist, as it's 2-2, and 3 out of 4 goals have been on the power play. And we have 36 to 21 shots. Hershey's 2 for 4 on the power play, while Rochester's 1 for 3. And leading for shots after 2 periods of play for Rochester is 8 for Zach Jones, followed by Jack Rothbone with 4, as Brett Leeson leads 2 shots for... Actually, no, it should be more than that. So Zach Jones has 8, Jack Rathbone has 6, and then Anton Wahlberg has 4. As Andrik Rybinski and Teniev each have 3 shots. So let's go look at out of town scoreboard. So Grand Rapids is leading 4-3 after 2 periods. Both teams made the playoffs, so this game doesn't matter. We have a rematch from yesterday. Laval 1-1 after 1. Dakota Maramis scores his first goal of the season, and Venzenas Royer scores his first goal of the season shorthanded. So that's 1-1 after 1. And the last game doesn't start till another hour and 14 minutes from now. And we have Abbotsford and the Firebirds at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Let's take a look here. So we do have 46 views so far on this game today. Very much appreciated, as this playoff game has implications for 6 different teams in the playoffs. It will determine if one of 2 teams make the playoffs. It will also determine 2 series for the playoffs. So that's why it's 6 teams. As we take a break, and everyone can take a breather for the intermission. As I'm going to go through. So it's 13th. 13. So that one will be... okay, so that will be the... first. And then... as we're just sitting here waiting for the third period to begin. Okay. So that one will actually be so that one will be that one is 7, so we should be fine for that. As we're just waiting for the third period to begin, as we're in the second intermission. Zamboni is just cleaning the ice right now. Sweet. Players have yet to come back out on the ice for the third period, as this is going to be a very interesting period. As Utica needs Rochester to lose in regulation, and Hershey needs to win. So either way, Hershey's starting on the road. It's just a matter of who they're playing. Ice is all clean, just waiting for players to come out. as players are starting to come out on the ice for the third period. So I'm going to update this and put this as the third period. It's the final period of the season for these two teams, and let's see who makes it to the finals. Okay, so I'll put that down. I'll work on that later. As the teams are just coming out for their final stretches, and let's get ready for the last period of the season. Final drop of the puck. Oops. As we are going, Hershey Bears are going left to right, and Rochester is going right to left, as Rochester already has the puck in Hershey's zone. Hershey's skating through the neutral zone, goes to take a shot, and it bounces off, goes to the Rochester player's stick, as Rochester kind of dumps it down into the neutral zone, as Rochester changes their lines. Oh. We got a drunken sailor on the ice as the Hershey Bears players goes to skate, and he slides across the ice on his back. Very interesting. The Hershey Bears stick was just stuck in the Rochester Americans player's skate. What is going on this third period? Rochester's now skating out to the neutral zone, takes a shot, and gets a rebound, but it goes to the Hershey Bears player. What is going on with this third period? Crazy things are happening. Rochester already has 38 shots. I said that they're going to get 50. They need 12 more, which I think they'll get this period. Rochester winger passes it to the defense, passes it down low. Rochester player skates past it. Hershey Bears player picks up the puck. Oh, Hershey Bear player falls down face first, but doesn't hit his face off the ice though. But he falls on his stomach. Another Rochester. What is with everyone falling down? Like, is this ice this bad? Rochester player takes a shot with Levy making the save, but it goes back to the Rochester player. Like, this ice was not this bad yesterday with the Bridgeport game. Puck's loose behind the Hershey bench. Hershey players picks up the puck, skates through neutral zone, dumps it in so that Hershey can go make a line change. Rochester has the puck going from behind the net, passes to the right. The player dumps it into the end of the Hershey Bears. Rochester has the puck, and Rochester scores. Jake Lecision scores his 13th of the season to give Rochester a lead 3-2 with 16:44 left. Okay, so let's add this. Jake Lecision's son of Curtis Lecision, who is one of the first picks. Well, I wouldn't say the first pick, but one of the Minnesota Wild expansion picks. So Rathbone, and Oliver Nadeau with the assists. Again, Rochester's 11 shots away from hitting 50 on this team. Hershey's playing garbage like they were yesterday. Hershey has the puck behind their net, skating it through the center, skating through the neutral zone. Carries it into the Rochester net, or end, I should say, not net, but end. Goes past the back, and it goes past the blue line into the neutral zone. So we have 14-11 left as Hershey Bears ties the game. Once again, it's 3-3 as Wyatt Bong Oveni ties it. So we got a TV timeout, and it's 3-3, 13:36 left in the third period. We have this game is going to come down to the wire. And it's going to come down to who scores the last goal. And I forgot to update our shot ticker to 39-24. This game is insane. Insane in that brain. Insane in the brain. Insane in the mat brain. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Insane in the mat brain. This. I didn't think this came out yet. $13-11 left, and the puck is back in the Hershey zone as there is a face-off coming up. So that is the 24th. Okay, and then that's tomorrow. It's till the prologue. Hershey Bears have it in the end zone, that's Football Reference. In the Hershey Bears ice, and as Rochester skates through the neutral zone and gets the puck behind the Hershey Bears end, back to the point, shoots it, and Stevenson makes the save. I'm gonna edit this because now it's not an unassisted goal. ZUZTLEP. So we're at 40 shots with 11:48 left in the period. Hershey Bears win the faceoff. They dump the puck down to neutral zone. Hershey Bears lose the puck. Rochester takes the puck through the neutral zone into the Hershey Bears zone. Hershey Bear reclaims the puck, skates it through the neutral zone as they go through the Rochester zone as they're skating with the puck. Four of them battling it, and the defenseman loses the puck to Rochester. As Rochester loses the puck to Hershey Bears passes it back to the point, shoots it, and blocked as it goes beyond the blue line. Puck's free in the neutral zone, dumps in by Rochester into the Hershey Bears zone. Hershey Bears skates round the net by the Hershey player. Now they have the puck in the Rochester zone. Four players battling the puck as Rochester now skates out of their end with the puck. Gets it through the neutral zone, dumps it into the Hershey Bears zone. As three players are battling for the puck in the zone, passes it over to his defensive partner. And hits the player from behind, but no call by the ref. They're letting them play this game. The hits are getting dirty. Rochester season's on the line. All they got to do is get 1 point, and they clinch the last playoff spot. Utica needs Hershey to win. Rochester turns the puck over in their own zone. Hershey takes the puck, shoots it, and is blocked, and it goes down the boards to the neutral zone. Not muted. And Hershey Bears scores to take a 4-3 lead with 9:29 left. So, can Rochester come back and tie the game to get to the playoffs, or is Utica going to make the playoffs? So, from Protez. And we're at 40-26. So it's 4-3 Hershey Bears with 9:23 left. Hershey Bears need to tie this game or win to clinch the playoffs. Utica needs Rochester to lose in regulation. And Rochester shoots it from the point, and Hershey Bears are going to the penalty box as Rochester goes on the power play. And we've already seen 3 power play goals out of 9 infractions. Can we see the Cinderella again and Rochester tie up the game in the 3rd period? What a game this is. This is back and forth as the ice people are on cleaning the ice. Why is that ice guy dancing? Like, bud, do your job. Worry about the ice. No wonder why Hershey Bears team has shit ice, because their staff are dancing with the fans. So, David Gucciardi gets a 2-minute penalty for hooking. So, it's in the Hershey Bears zone. Left dot face off. Rochester wins it. Passes. Defenseman has a shot on the point. Passes it down to the winger. And Rochester player skates past the puck as Hershey Bears knocks it down to the Rochester blue line. Rochester player has the puck, passes back to his D partner in the neutral zone as Rochester skates into the blue line, or skates into Hershey's end, but it's offside call by the linesman. 1:32 left on the power play, 8:36 left in the period. Can Rochester score one more goal to make it to the playoffs? Rochester wins the faceoff. Their defenseman skates it through the neutral zone as Rochester's trying to set up their power play, but it's not going as planned. As the Bears almost had a 2-on-1 in the Rochester zone, shorthanded. As Rochester player shoots it, hits the boards, bounces off to the left side or the right side, goes down all the way down the ice. Rochester is having a hard time setting up their power play. It looks like Rochester is flabbergasted. They need to get their stuff together. As me personally, I want to play Springfield, but if Rochester cannot score a goal, we will be playing Hershey Bears in the playoffs. And Utica will be making the playoffs over Rochester. Rochester sets up and they score on the power play. Let's go. Rochester ties it up 4-4. My lord, this game's going crazy. It's tied 4-4 right now. If the game was end, Rochester would be in the playoffs and we would be playing Springfield. Let's go. So, Carson Meyer with his 14th goal on the power play. So, Hershey has a breakaway. Hershey misses, and Levy makes the save on a 2-on-1 breakaway. They're now behind the Rochester's net, battling for the puck. Rochester now has the puck behind their net. Now they go to clear it out of their end into the neutral zone so that Rochester can make a line change. What a game! I'm telling you. If you're not watching this game, I don't know what else to tell you. This one is Meyer unassisted as of right now until they update it. Change this, change that, and that. And we have, so Zach Jones picks up his 52nd, and Fiddler Schultz picks up his 16th assist. So we're at 42-27. And now we can change this now to Zach Jones, Fiddler Schultz. Save and put the ticker up. 5:10 left. 42-27 shots for Rochester. As Hershey Bears have it going into their end, and the Rochester American player falls down on his own. Now it's Rochester player skating back into the neutral zone, dumps it into the Hershey Bears end. Rochester goes in to get the puck. Rochester has the puck. Now Hershey Bears has the puck in their end. Skating it up the neutral zone, passes it over to the right wing, skates it into the Rochester own. Shoots it, makes a pad save, goes over to the left side, or the right side, I should say, of the goalie. Our left, his right. Rochester goes and skates up. Rochester dumps it into the end zone, or the end of Hershey Bears, as it's 3 players to 1 Rochester. And they're pushing and shoving for the puck. As they make a line change for Rochester, Rochester D pair go back and get the puck. Dump it into the zone of Hershey Bears. It's pretty much down to dump and chase into the Hershey zone to kill time. As Rochester still has the puck and dumps it into Hershey's zone. 3:30 left to go. As it stands, Hershey would clinch a playoff spot. And I just want to take a look at. So as long as Hershey gets a point against, or Rochester gets a point against Hershey, but that would mean that Springfield still gets 5th place. So Hershey has to win and get 2 points to surpass Springfield. .230 left to go in the third period. Shots 42-29, and it's tied 4-4 as the ref just blew the whistle. As Rochester skating into their own zone, and it will be icing for Hershey Bears. 2:13 left in this period, as we are going to go down to the wire. Rochester, Hershey Bears tied. Rochester needs to hold on to a point to clinch. Utica would get eliminated. Hershey Bear would win. Utica clinches over Hershey Bears, and Hershey Bears would pass Springfield in the standings to play Bridgeport. Hershey Bear loses, they play Charlotte Checkers. That's why this game affects 6 teams in the playoffs. One of 2 will make the playoffs. The other one will get eliminated, and then it will set the series for 2 of the series in the playoffs. That's why this game is so important. 1:45 left in the game as Rochester has the puck in their zone. All they're doing is just playing dump and chase because Hershey Bears need to win to get 5th place. Right now, they're 6th. I mean, you could still win in overtime. So I guess you still have that for Hershey. But we have 1:09 left. Utica is praying for a Hershey Bear goal in the next 1:03. As Rochester is 55 seconds away from clinching the last playoff spot in the North Division. As they're just playing dump and chase. Pass back to defense. Shoots a glove saved by Stevenson. 42 seconds left. 43-29 shots. Do we believe that Rochester can hold on for the tie and get into the playoffs, or do we think Utica is going to get in with a Hershey goal in the next 42 seconds? Keep in mind, it is in Hershey's zone for the faceoff. So 34 seconds. And it's still in the Hershey zone. So if 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Rochester clinches the last playoff spot in the North Division. So now, overtime will determine who Hershey Bears plays. If Hershey Bears wins, they play Bridgeport. If Hershey Bears loses, it's Springfield. So right now Hershey's tied with Springfield. Hershey needs to win in overtime or shootout to get into 5th place. Here we go. 3-on-3. Hershey Bears has the puck in the Rochester zone as they skate back to center ice. This overtime period, I think, will go quick. One player has the puck for Hershey Bears in the Rochester zone. Come on, Rochester. Come on, Rochester. I believe in you guys. You guys can win this overtime period. Okay, maybe that stage is set, but this series still hasn't been set yet. As they're just circling in the Rochester zone, just trying to kill time. As Rochester now has the puck, passes over to their winger. Rochester has the puck, back to the Rochester zone. Rochester has the puck now. He's going to go. Oh, he overpasses it, and it's now icing. Come on, Rochester. We can do this, Rochester. Come on. Let's go. Rochester wins the faceoff. Defenseman has the puck, passes it to the one forward, skates through neutral zone, waiting for his teammates to catch up as they're waiting for a line change. Passes it to the forward. Shoots it. Oh, just missed the shot and went wide left. This is why 3-on-3 overtime is so interesting. Okay, so now Hershey Bears just missed their chance. Now Rochester can go 3-on-2. Rochester gets the puck into the Hershey Bears zone. Still has it behind the net. Now Hershey Bears has the puck going the other direction. Oh my god, this game's intense. 2:45 left in the overtime period. And there's the comments. Brandon Paul 13 says, "Come on, Hershey." And Hershey scores in overtime. So then that means Hershey Bears will be playing Bridgeport on the road for the playoffs. As Ivan, and I apologize, I'm going to butcher this, Mershinkniko scores the overtime winner. As Hershey will now head to Bridgeport for the playoffs, and Springfield will head to Charlotte for the first round best of 3. So now we will have the Bridgeport playoffs best of 3 on the channel as they play host to the Hershey Bears after they just beat Hershey Bears yesterday. Oh, now they're having a discussion at center ice. What are the refs having a discussion for? What's going on here? Okay, they're having a discussion if it was a goal or not. So they counted the goal. So game's over. 5-0 in overtime. So now the question is, when does the series begin? See if we can see if they already have it posted. Come on, AHL. Let's go. We want to know when the series begins. So if the West begins on the Wednesday, I would assume either the East begins on Tuesday or the East begins on Thursday. The question is, when does it begin? So we have Abbotsford, Belleville, Calgary. So that's 3 Canadian teams. Iowa, Hartford, Lehigh, Rockford, Tucson, and Utica out of the playoffs. Now I am just waiting for the schedule to be announced. Let's take a look here for a second. Where did I see it? Trying to find out. Okay. Let's refresh. Now we gotta figure out. So, let's see. Okay, so tickets available tomorrow at 10 a.m. for their game on the 23rd. So that means that game 2 is on the 23rd. So that means game 1 starts on Tuesday. Just give me 1 second. As so game 1 will be Tuesday night. We will have it here on the channel as Hershey Bears is advertising for the 23rd upcoming game. So which would mean that would be game 2. So do appreciate everyone for stopping by watching this game. Brandon Paul 13, thanks for stopping by as well. Join us Tuesday night as we will have game 1 of the playoffs as it's been advertised by Hershey Bears. That the upcoming game is the 23rd, 7 o'clock. Tickets available tomorrow. Actually, you know what? Let's just double check this. Let's go to Ticketmaster. I know they say available tomorrow, but I want to see why is this so small? I don't get why the font's so. There we go. Okay. Bridgeport. Islanders. Hockey. No upcoming games. Oh, their home game. So, the broadcast mentioned that the full schedule will be out within 15 to 30 minutes. So, we will be doing a preview for the whole AHL Calder Cup later on today. So I'm just going to take a little break. Once that's out, we will come back and we will take a look at the whole Calder Cup playoff. But I do appreciate everyone for stopping by. This is Rick from Hamilton Sports Central, and we will be back in about half an hour for the preview for the AHL playoffs.